Hey guys, so I promised you a video Saturday of my Q&A. Things came up, life happens, but anyways, I'm here to film it for you today. It's very exciting. So I went on Instagram first and then Twitter, I believe, and in my last video I asked you guys all to ask me questions. So we're gonna bebop around and find those questions, and I'm gonna ask them from my phone that I have them. So let's go to Instagram first, and I'll pull that video up. I have lots of comments. We'll just start from the top. Ness Black asks, what's your favorite vegan meal? I remember one video said you were vegan. My favorite vegan meal, for me to make personally, I suppose, is pad thai. I love Thai food. It's probably my favorite type of food. Is that the right word? Anyways, I love Thai food, and pad thai is something I can make very easily at home. I think my favorite Thai dish, all in all, is green curry, but I haven't perfected that yet, but I really like pad thai. Moving on to the next one. Sorry if I pronounced your guys' handles or names or anything wrong. Yoan in Tune asked, do you have any plans for travel this year? If so, where? And yes, I actually have some plans already. I'm going to California this weekend, which is a last minute trip, but I'm excited for the warmth because I'm from Iowa and it's very cold here right now. I have plans to go to England in the fall for a wedding, which I'm very excited for, and we've had talks, me and my boyfriend have had talks of going somewhere like Australia or New Zealand in December, so we'll see what happens. And maybe another warm trip down south, that would be really nice. Randa Moody asked if YouTube was my only job. Great video, thanks Randa. YouTube is not my only job. I actually have a real job that makes me real money, that I work at 3 days a week, and that provides me with the freedom the rest of the week to pursue these other avenues of interest and passion, and that's what I'm currently doing. And I'm getting great feedback, and there's definitely a future here, so I'm gonna stick with this. Haley Reardon and a couple other people actually asked, what is your day job? That's probably my biggest question. And my day job, so 3 days a week, I wait tables at a bar that I can literally see out of my window. It's a block away. It is a craft beer bar. That's all I'll say about it. And so 3 days a week I wait tables there, and that's how I make enough money for the rest of the week to do this kind of stuff. A Gold Universe asks, now that you don't use the pill, what do you use as birth control? I don't take the pill, but I'm sexually active and even know I'm using condoms. A Gold Universe asks, now that you don't use the pill, what do you do as birth control? I don't take the pill, but I'm sexually active, and even though I'm using condoms, I'm scared of getting pregnant. My periods are irregular, ... By the way, I love your videos. Thank you. So for my birth control, it's called the Fertility Awareness Method. I've made a couple different videos about it, and I'm going to make a lot more videos about it. And I actually have a secret project all about that. So I use the Fertility Awareness Method, which I track my temperature and my cervical fluid every single day, all month, and that lets me know when I'm fertile and when I'm infertile, and when I need to take precautions if I'm having sex. I'm gonna butcher this one, but I'm sorry. Pimperinshan Piparmetra asks, what are some of your favorite books? This is only part of my bookcase, and granted, these are not all my books. Half of them are probably my boyfriend's, but I love reading. I have so many favorite books. Let's pause for a moment, and I'm gonna grab some. So I grabbed an assortment of books, far too many books, but I'll just go through them real quick. I won't say anything about them. This first one is I Wrote This For You. It's a book full of poems. I absolutely love this, and it's really easy to go through, and they're just really short little poems, but I love this book. Drop that. Oh my God. Dropping all my books. Next is Taking Charge of Your Fertility. I have a video on this. I'll try to remember to link that video down below, but I love this one. This is my Fertility Awareness Bible. Moving right along. The Optimized Woman by Miranda Gray. This is about making the most out of each phase in your menstrual cycle, and this just gives you a whole new perspective on periods and menstruation and your cycles and all of that, and so I think this is a great book. Try not to drop them. The Pill, this is one of my top books. I've talked about it so much, so I don't need to say anything else about it. Cover your ears, you think this is a bad word, but this book is called Cunt, A Declaration of Independence. And at first, I was very hesitant to like read this book out in public because I didn't know what people would think, but this is absolutely, I think everyone, man, woman, and child, needs to read this book because it's just fantastic. And I'll make a video about that one, I'm sure. This one is called My Little Red Book, and it's first period stories from spanning decades and different cultures and everything, and I think this is a great one. Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates. She has a website and a Twitter and all that great stuff under Everyday Sexism, and this is just stories of everyday sexism. And I mean, this is an eye-opening, very good book. This book holds a dear place in my heart. This is Half the Sky, and this is probably one of the first books I read that kind of got me into the feminist realm of things, of thinking. And I read this book while I was abroad in Thailand, and that's when I decided to come home and add women and gender studies as a minor at school. So I love this book, and it's heartbreaking, but I think it's very important for everyone to read just stories about women around the world. Now into the more not period-related books, I guess. This one's called Bringing Up Bebe. It's a American woman who's married to a British man living in Paris, and they have a child there, maybe a couple children, but she just talks about the French way of parenting versus the more American British way, and I think this is a great read before you have kids. Just a different perspective about raising them. Pride and Prejudice, this copy is beat up, but I read this in school, and I will pick it up and reread it every now and then. I love this book. Not this one in particular, but I really like Jodi Picoult's books. I do actually like 19 Minutes. I have probably about 7 of her books on the shelf. I got a bunch of these from a discount bookstore before I went to Tahiti a couple years ago, and I think I read, in like a month, I read like 4 of her books, so they're very good books. I like hers. And then one of the most recent ones that I've read that I got in Thailand actually, is J.K. Rowling's new book, The Casual Vacancy, and I didn't know anything about this book, and I don't know why it took me so long to read it, probably because it wasn't Harry Potter. And like as I went into it, I had to open it and be like, this isn't Harry Potter, this isn't Harry Potter, this isn't Harry Potter. But I think this book is absolutely fantastic. It just kind of goes to show like how great of an author she is, and I love her. Marie Orlowski, sorry, asks, when did you start being vegan? I went vegetarian fall of 2012, and then when I graduated from college in 2013 is when I went vegan, gluten-free, and I went off the pill, all kind of in the same couple months. Baker Violet asked, love your channel, new sub. Aside from being vegan, do you buy organic, and do you use all natural cleaners and other products? I am trying to get more in the realm of buying organic. I usually get my produce from Whole Foods, and the things that, is it the Dirty Dozen? I can't remember the term, but like there's certain vegetables and fruits that you should buy organic because the like normal options just are really bad for you. As well as like natural cleaners and other products. Yes, that's something I'm trying to get into. With my whole minimalism, zero waste journey that I'm on right now, I'm still in the transition. And I don't want to go and just throw away everything I own and go and, because I couldn't afford that and it'd just be too overwhelming. And I kind of like seeing it as a process of, as I run out of stuff, switching to new stuff. So some of the stuff that I've ran out of so far, laundry detergent, I make that by myself now, and it's a really fun little process, and it's easy, and it just makes me feel better about it. I switched from like a plastic dish scrubber brush, and now I have a wood and metal one. As I've started running out of makeup, skincare, hair products, that kind of stuff, I'm not letting myself buy stuff that's in plastic, stuff that's just not good for you. So that's kind of my next thing, because I'm running out a lot of stuff, like concealer is one of them. and just trying to find alternatives to that. Started using coconut oil for moisturizer. I want to get some shea butter and kind of play around with some things, because sometimes coconut oil isn't enough for my skin, especially in the winter. It gets so dry and sad and lifeless. So if you guys have any suggestions about zero waste skincare or healthier skincare that's not in plastic containers, let me know in the comments down below, because I would greatly appreciate that. Tofu for Thought also asked, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self? And I've thought about this, and I don't really want to change anything, like avoid anything I did, because I don't regret anything, but I would just tell myself to, and 18-year-olds in general, stay curious. If there's something you want to learn about, go and do the research yourself, and always be asking questions and learning. Stay curious and never stop learning. Shanice Huzayak, asked, where do you work and did you go to university? I already answered the where do I work, and yes, I went to university. I went to a little college just south of here for 4 years, and it was a great experience, and I really enjoyed it. I studied multimedia journalism, English, and women and gender studies there. Carly Brower asked, what's your favorite kind of tea? I love tea. A couple of my favorites are ginger peach green tea and toasted rice green tea. Wow, those all sound so good. I really am into just plain English breakfast tea right now. It's boring. I put a little bit of like vanilla milk or coconut milk and some sugar in there, and I drink so much of that every day. So just English breakfast. Boring but delicious. Well guys, that seems like that's the majority of your questions. Some of them are repeats, so I just kind of asked one of them. If you guys have any more questions, ask them down below. I'm more than certain I'll do another Q&A in the future, because this is just really fun to see what you guys wanted to know about me. And yeah, so until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye. So this right here is my bed. This is where I start my day, as well as I think everyone else starts their day. Not meaning everyone starts their day in my bed, of course, that they start their day in their bed.